Speaker.
Call the member for Redlands.
Deputy Speaker, I rise proudly in this House today to support the 2019-20 Palaszczuk government budget. Numbers in budgets are great, and they are great for Queenslanders in 2019-2020, and they are brilliant budget numbers for Redlanders, in fact the best in over a decade. Mr Speaker, I promise to be a strong voice for our community, to listen, work hard and fight for the needs of our growing region, and that's just what I've been doing for the last 18 months. I've tap danced the halls of our departments in William and George Street. Like I said last year to the people of Redlands, they put their trust in me and our Palaszczuk government to deliver for our community, and I'm pleased to say that we are doing just that. Deputy Speaker, again I'll repeat what I said in my maiden speech, that the measure of my success in this place will be determined by the legacy ultimately left behind. So I am extremely proud to stand on my track record of the last 18 months to share what this budget means for Redlanders and what it's positioning us for. In infrastructure and roads, the highlight is, and I just want to, I really want to happy dance, Mr Speaker, the Stage 1 Cleveland-Redland Bay Road upgrade, $37 million. Now, I know everyone in this House is familiar with the Thurungowa Riverway Drive in Townsville. Well, let me tell you, Mr Speaker, the $37 million, that's right, $37 million Stage 1 Cleveland-Redland Bay Road is just that for me and my magnificent Redlands community. We fought hard and we've won the much-needed commencement of duplication of this road. Minister Bailey, I can't thank you enough. So Redlands, it's happening. It's on like Donkey Kong. I know our councillor and deputy mayor is ecstatic, saying that it will vastly improve travel time for commuters and improve motorist and pedestrian safety. He said that this is one of the best road investments by the state government achieved in the Redlands in over a decade. Deputy Speaker, it just gets better for commuters on Cleveland-Redland Bay Road, with design works well underway on the long-awaited Anita Street intersection of Cleveland-Redland Bay Road. $3 million in this budget, in a total of $5 million getting this section underway. It was a project that was dumped and rejected by the LNP under the Campbell-Newman government. Again, this work builds on our commitments to improving the roads in the Redlands, like the completed Giles Road intersection, which has been very well received. We're also well into the planning phase of the Victoria Point bypass study to ensure we deliver the right solution to address growth into the future with this $500,000 feasibility study. Consultation is complete, and I'm looking forward to the study being finalised next year that will continue to guide our region's road infrastructure requirements as we grow into the future. The new Victoria Point Central bus station is well underway and coming out of the ground as we speak. Deputy Speaker, the announcement of the $5 million Old Cleveland Road Gateway on-ramp, much championed by the member for Capalaba, Don Brown, is also a fantastic piece of news for Redland commuters, as well as the Eastern Transit Way, where we know that most of our employed residents that leave the Redlands for the city every day will be using these roads. I'm focused on ensuring our Redlands community get to work quicker and home with their families sooner. For our island communities, we are also delivering the much-needed jetty upgrades, $20.5 million on Russell, Macleay, Lamb and Carragara Island. This is on top of Minister Bailey's commitment to the free inter-island ferry fares being continued for islanders. He knows how important our island communities are, and he listened when we spoke about how important it was for them to remain connected. Deputy Speaker, this budget is about supporting success for all Queenslanders through jobs and growth, how we transition Queensland in a complex national and global economy. I can say that Queenslanders have not been helped by the Morrison government. Their loyalties clearly lie with Victoria and New South Wales. I'm proud to be part of a government that has and continues to invest in our people through programs like Skilling Queenslanders for Work, investing in organisations like Running Wild and the Bay Island Community Centre, with more than $1.2 million invested in reskilling and improving job opportunities for my community. This is one program that is truly delivering. I also want to congratulate my neighbour, the member for Capalaba, Don Brown, and say what a privilege it's been to work with him on our commitment to the $10 million in investment to TAFE. The refurbishment and expansion of these training facilities is just so important to ensure that our communities are skilled, trained and ready for jobs of the future. Deputy Speaker, this budget is something that will also grow small to medium businesses. This is the lifeblood of our Redlands community. I've already had feedback on how pleased they are with our $885 million commitment to payroll tax reduction. Our Advanced Queensland agenda also continues to support local businesses in the Redlands. Our government is also investing in renewables, and again, so much innovation is occurring as a result of our focused agenda. In Redlands, we are benefiting from our hydrogen strategy, with international investment in our region through a partnership forged with Japanese electric industry specialists, QUT and our government. I've been meeting regularly to discuss opportunities for the Redlands, and I spoke recently with Professor Ian McKinnon, and he said the Redlands community is well positioned to not only become a model, smart and clean energy city of the future, but also an excellent focal point via the Redlands Research Facility to demonstrate the integration of new and renewable clean energy technologies as they develop into the future, and that means more jobs for Redlanders. We are truly positioned and delivering in a knowledge-based economy. Deputy Speaker, this budget will continue to provide incentives for businesses to grow and flourish, not only in Redlands but right across Queensland. Everyone knows our Queensland environments are spectacular, and I'm a little biased. I think that that's been clear, particularly when it comes to the Redlands. We're continuing to position our region to capitalise on our natural assets and tourism opportunities. We've committed to celebrating our Quandamooka coast with a magnificent Migaloo and Queensland whale migration experience that will run down our coastline, With investment in the Interpretive Centre, these projects will provide knock-on benefits for the southern Moreton Bay Islands and, in fact, all of Moreton Bay. They will provide opportunities in terms of river connections to the bay, which provides enormous opportunity, and it's been a pleasure to work with the Minister for Tourism on growing the Moreton tourism opportunity. We are absolutely focused on growing jobs opportunities here in Queensland. There is so much happening up and down the Redlands coastline, and the future is exciting for our region. This budget just continues to deliver. On the Bay, I've also been honoured to chair the War on Wrecks Task Force, which has continued to kick goals in the clean-up of abandoned vessels across Queensland waterways, and importantly on our mighty Moreton Bay. And I also want to thank the Gold Coast Waterways Authority and Hal Morris and the guys down there. They have been doing a fantastic job on this task force. I'd also like to thank the balance of the committee members. We really have achieved so much in our first 6 months, and to the team at MSQ. Deputy Speaker, it is only a Labor government that will invest in supporting our communities, our organisations, our hospitals and our health services, and our frontline police and ambulance personnel. In Redlands, we're set to receive 2 new Queensland police officers for Russell Island, and we've taken possession of the new vessel that has increased capacity and speed of response across my unique island communities. We promised to improve Redlands Hospital Emergency Department, and we are delivering with new beds about to commence construction, along with new birthing suites. We've got $20 million worth of capital improvements underway, including the study that looks at the functional and clinical requirements for future expansion and also the business case for the new multi-storey car park. We've also been investing in domestic violence prevention in the Redlands, and it was fantastic to be with Minister de Brenni and Minister Farmer to announce the increased crisis accommodation at the Maybank shelter. That's been awesome, along with additional child support workers to support families that are experiencing domestic and family violence. We're also providing additional supports through programs through the Centre for Women & Co, who are also doing an amazing job in our region. Deputy Speaker, finally, I want to talk about education. Along with Cleveland-Redland Bay Road, and I just think I need to keep saying it again and again, just like the member for Thuringowa, education has been big in this budget for us. Our children are our future, and a world-class education invests in our next generation. Deputy Speaker, a great education is something every child deserves, and it's been a privilege as the member for Redlands to meet with and hear from regularly from my principals, teachers, parents and students. Our government knows that facilities are important. The built environment and design that supports pedagogical delivery is key to a great education. And again, I am proud to be part of a team that is delivering in this budget, focusing on our kids. We completed earlier this year the $1.2 million Russell Island refurbishment. That has changed the dynamics of that school and that island. It's transformative. We are delivering on upgrades for our Victoria Point State High School, and they are just over the moon. I can't begin to tell you how excited they are, with a $600,000 investment in their Library and Resource Centre refurbishment and the $2 million multi-purpose hall expansion included in this budget. Principal Steinhardt wrote to me today. He said, the refurbishment and the extension of this school's resource centre and student hall is outstanding news for this school and our community. This is a significant contribution to community assets, which are heavily utilised by students, staff and the community sporting and performance groups. One of our parents, Josie Cobos, said our children will have inviting places to study and learn. And as a parent, I'm looking forward to my children having access to the latest technology and a variety of classroom structures that this resource centre refurbishment will offer. Deputy Speaker, what I'm also really excited about is our commitment to schools specialising in disability across Queensland. Everyone knows in this place how much I love Redlands District Special School. I am so excited that through really strong advocacy and Minister Grace, I just can't thank you enough. I genuinely, heartfelt $9 million to upgrade that school's facilities is beyond, and you can't better than that than in the fact that it's only this government in this place that will invest in early childhood development. And continuing that program makes a significant difference, just not for my community in Redlands, but right across Queensland. So continuing to fund this, and it should have been something that was picked up by the Morrison government. Let's face it, the NDIS could have done better federally in delivering for our Queensland kids. It really could have. We continue to see that our government in the NDIS space is doing the heavy lifting. Whether you're talking about the transport subsidy or the early childhood development, we are going over and beyond, and the Morrison government seriously needs to pick up its socks and get the job done for people that really need it most. Principal Thompson said to me that early intervention is critical in ensuring that our children with disabilities have a successful start to their schooling life. He said he's so proud that this government is backing our kids to get the best possible start. Deputy Speaker, finally, to finish where I started, I want my Redlands community to know that I will continue to be tenacious and unwavering in delivering for Redlanders. This budget delivers and positions my Redlands community for a prosperous future. I'm proud of the work I've achieved in the last 18 months. Track record is everything and an important measure of success. I again promise to my community that I will continue to work every day hard on behalf of all Redlanders. Deputy Speaker, I commend this fantastic budget for my Redlands community and for all Queenslanders to the House.
Thank you, Member for Redlands. I call the member for Condamine.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Madam Deputy